Well, welcome back. This is Tim with C&D Farms, and as you can see behind me, I've got some progress on the homestead. We do have a house, or a part of a house. The walls went up today. They've been framing on it for about 3 days, and today they put the 4 walls up. Tomorrow they're going to start on some of the interior walls, and then they will move to some other parts. But anyway, let's take a little walk in and kind of see what we've got. So stay tuned for some more, and I'll explain how 3 guys was able to raise that entire wall. So it was sheeted, it had the plywood on it, it was completely built, and 3 guys was able to raise that up. So stay tuned for more. All right, well, welcome back. This is the front door of the house. It doesn't look like the front door right now, but we're getting ready to walk in, and we'll kind of see the open area. Like I say, no interior walls right now. So let's just kind of walk in and explain how 3 guys was able to lift this entire wall and the back wall and the 2 side walls. So kind of coming in, as you can see right now, it's just open. No interior walls. They just raised the walls. In fact, they put them up today. I got off work and was able to make it here, and was actually showed up at the perfect timing. So I'm gonna kind of explain. It was explained to me because I asked the question myself. How, what were they going to use? Did they build the wall and then put the outer sheeting on, or with just the 2x4s, or was it built as a unit and they used a piece of equipment? Because they do have a forklift here, and the answer was he said both. He said some of the smaller walls are able to lift depending on how many people they have. Some of the bigger walls, they use a jack system. So, and I'll stitch in some of the video of them actually raising that. It was real noisy, so I just kind of took some video of it as they were doing it, but you can kind of see. So here's a pole right here, kind of get my, that's a pole. And then there's another one on the other side right there. And they used, it's basically like a come along, and they was able to basically ratchet the wall up. So the wall was laying down. They put these 2 jack systems in, raised it up, and when they got it in place, then they was able to tie them all together. So that's how, on that small wall, he said that, they could have done that one by hand, but I'm gonna walk kind of over here so you can kind of get a perspective of it. This front wall right here, the sun may block it. This front wall right here, 3 guys using that jack system was able to raise that entire wall. And that's the case for, and I gotta watch, they hadn't covered the staircase. You can kind of see there's a hole right there, and I don't want to step in that while I'm paying attention to this. But the same was true for this back wall. So that entire back wall right there, they're able to use that jack system. So that was something I learned. That's something that I'm not a carpenter. I do know a little bit about the electrical trade, just from before I became a firefighter. But this is completely new to me. So building some stuff, I'm gonna start building some stuff on the homestead, and some of my projects I'm gonna learn, and that's part of what I want to do, is learn some of this stuff, have a different skill set. And I learned from YouTube, watching other people, and I want to take some of that skill and kind of put it out to other folks as well. With the house though, I wasn't the general contractor. I know a lot of people are their own general contractor. But for me, still working a full-time job, and sometimes that full-time job can be, you know, 60 hours, sometimes it's 40. That's what you know, they say you work. 40 is usually the least I've ever worked. Most time it's way more than that. So I just felt like, you know, instead of me being my own general contractor and hiring subs out, let me just hire a contractor to build the house and take care of it. Now, for the rest of the homestead, I'm going to try to build all of that myself. Learn from it. Get tools such as, you know, that was one of the things that I bought at the Homesteaders of America conference. Is I bought Joel Salatin's book that has blueprints, designs of different items, you know, to manage your farm animals. And, you know, some of it is simple. You know, we can just build a simple chicken coop. You know, it's not like you need, you know, blueprints. You can look at different designs and use something basic. But then some things you kind of want a blueprint or at least a design. For me, you know, I'm gonna need that because I don't have that carpenter's mindset in some cases. So, but anyway, just wanted to kind of give this as an update. You know, this has been a long time coming. You know, my wife is Christy. She's at home, and she told me to send pictures, and she'll probably be out here in shortly, or at least tomorrow. I know she'll be out here to look at it. So it's been a long time coming. It's been, for us with this land, we're 3 years in, almost 4 years in. So, you know, this wasn't something that we, you know, bought quickly, and it's been a lot of planning. It's been a lot of struggles with, you know, dealing with the banks and finding out stuff. You know, one of the videos, I'm not sure if I've talked about it, but, you know, when we done the loan with the bank, you know, make sure your bank will see what the land requirements are as far as, you know, how much. In my case, they didn't want the entire farm with the house. And I kind of like that. So I had to, you know, that was a delay, surveying out the property. So we took 4 acres out of the entire farm and kind of put that just with the house. So we've got 2 different lots now, 2 different plats, however you want to call it. So just little things like that, you know, it's been a long time coming. So, you know, we're getting ready. At some point, we're going to sell our current home. So that's going to be some projects that we've got to do. So it's just a lot to it, but it's been a 4-year, 3.5, 4-year journey for us. And we're finally starting to see the house. Now, you know, it's October, and realistically it will probably be spring before we're able to move in, and that's fine. I'm not sure that I really want to move in January or February. It's going to be muddy when they start backfilling and doing all of the prep around the house. You know, grass is not going to grow at that point, so if we can kind of get in into spring, you know, that's going to kind of keep, you know, some of the mud down. You know, if I could move up here tomorrow, I would. And see, that's the other thing. Look at your restrictions. One of the things that we had talked about was, you know, we've got a camper. You know, could we kind of come up here? We've got power, so it wouldn't be totally off grid. But zoning doesn't allow that in some areas, and that's the case here as well. So, you know, we can get a special use permit. We're still looking at that. I'm not sure how we're going to do that. My camper's still going to come up here because I'm going to store it up here. But, you know, maybe kind of a weekend thing, but to be permanent resident, that's not allowed. So I may come up here for a weekend, and we do stuff during a weekend thing, and then, you know, but we still, it just depends on when we put our house on the market. So, and we're talking about doing that very soon. So I may do some videos on that process, because that's Some people sell it, sell their house and do it themselves, and some, you know, recommend using a realtor. Me personally, I'm going to use a realtor. I just feel like I don't have a lot of time to deal with the, you know, the paperwork issues, and I know I could get more money if I don't use a realtor, but I'm not sure if I want to make sure all the laws, make sure all the regulations and all of that is done. And if you're familiar with stuff like that, then doing it yourself, hey, you know, that may be the way to go. But if you're not familiar with it, you know, me, I'm going to use a realtor. So anyway, this is kind of the end of this video. More to come. Like I say, they'll have some stuff tomorrow. He said he's planning on doing the interior walls over there. I asked about our garage. We do have a garage. That's the garage door right there. And he said that will be done. They should, after they do the interior walls in here, then they pour the garage floor, get it ready, and then the trusses will be here at some point. They've been ordered. He said it'll probably be 2 weeks before they get here. He said the interior walls go up quick because they don't have to do all this sheeting. They don't have to put the Tyvek wrap around it. So they put the interior walls up pretty quick. This section right here, this entire section I'm in right now, will be open. That's actually going to be the kitchen window, and then that goes out to, that door right there goes out to the patio or the decks outside. So you can kind of see that'll be my view from outside. I'll kind of do a view from what's going to be. This is going to be actually, this window right here is our master bedroom window. So that's going to be our view from the master bedroom window. So you can kind of see right there, which is what I love, because right now I can see it. You're probably not going to be able to see it in the video, but I've got the cows grazing on that front pasture right there, and that's kind of what I want to get to. So till the next video, this is Tim, and like I said, we're C&D Farms. If you like this kind of content, if you like a new journey, a new homestead, please subscribe to the channel. We actually reached, I'm a brand new YouTuber. We hit 200 today. We got a bunch of subscribers right after the Homestead of America. So if you like this kind of content, new house, construction, new brand new homestead, then subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and share it. So till the next video, thank you for watching.